Hi, Sagittarius Rising. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be discussing the period of June 15th until 21st of June. So this is a massive, fast-moving week. The planet holding the steering wheel for all the major action is Venus. Venus has moved into Leo, which activates your ninth house, the house of higher education, long distance travel, broadcasting, belief systems, and your big picture vision for the future. Venus loves pleasure, adventure, and abundance. So it hits initial entry here, brings that strong urge to expand your horizons, plan an exciting trip, launch a major project, or celebrate your personal philosophies. You want life to feel big, meaningful, and full of possibilities. However, between June 15th and 18th, Venus is going to run a rapid fire gauntlet with three outer planets. So this compresses a major visionary or belief-oriented story into quite a tight 72-hour window. So let's break down how this three-act narrative unfolds. So we've got a bit of a spark happening, and that is on June 15th, when Venus in your ninth house forms a sudden electric sextile to Uranus in Gemini in your seventh house of committed partnership, clients, core one-on-one relationships. Because this happens on the exact day as a major Gemini new moon, expect a sudden spark of excitement in your connections out of nowhere, an unexpected client, an exciting collaboration, or romantic partner presents a brilliant, out of the box idea that perfectly aligns with your future goals. It feels fresh, liberating, it expands your vision of what is possible. It breaks your usual routine and it injects that instant excitement even into your relationship. This could really talk to us about you and your partner out of nowhere decides that we are going to relocate, we're going to travel somewhere. Let's buy the ticket on the whim. But then we've got June 16th. The energy softens significantly as Venus forms that intoxicating trine to Neptune in Aries in your fifth house, the house of holidays, creativity, romance, self-expression, even games. So you take that exciting collaborative spark from Monday, that excitement within the partnership, and you build that beautiful castle in the sky. In your mind, you start highly romanticizing this new future plan, the project, the connection, falling in love. You picture the ultimate creative success, visualize how perfect and easy it's going to be, and completely fall in love with the vision of the future, of that partnership, collaboration, business endeavors, contracts, and so forth. So you're looking at your long-term plans and your creative ideas through absolute rose-colored glasses, skipping right over the realistic logistics. And this is when Pluto comes into the picture. When the opposition happens on 17th, the honeymoon phase ends. Venus and the Pluto opposition in your third house of communication, mindset, logistics, the local environment, that's a peak because it's an opposition. So the beautiful idealized future vision you built on Tuesday confronts the hard war of reality and data. Because Pluto is sitting in your third house, a major flaw in the logistics, a difficult truth in the paperwork, or an underlying power struggle in a daily interaction comes to light. You might realize that your grand future plans were actually an escape mechanism to avoid a stressful situation in your immediate environment. Pluto strips away the illusion. It forces a direct confrontation between your grand big picture ideals and the raw hard facts of your current reality, as well as your mindset. So it's a powerful moment to strip away the fluff and ground your vision in kind of like unshakable truth. I mean, imagine that you have met someone with Uranus, and then you have fallen in love with Neptune. And then with Pluto, you figure something out, or they are going to be revealing a piece of information about them that kind of like leaves you a little bit baffled. And it hurts. So you start looking at some of the relationship patterns also in your life as well. The other interesting thing that happens is that Chiron moves into the sign of Taurus on June 19th, and Taurus occupies the sixth house, the house of daily routines, health, work habits, and physical wellness. So, because Taurus is ruled by Venus, Chiron's arrival in that house of daily grind is completely colored by the big picture reality check Venus just went through. So the raw truth exposed by Pluto on Wednesday becomes the medicine you need to heal a physical or routine-based wound on Friday. Chiron in the sixth house asks you to look at the everyday well-being, and instead of constantly chasing the next big horizon, the next trip, or the external validation to feel inspired, this transit invites you to ground your worth in your daily habits. Or I can imagine also that you have been collaborating with someone or in a partnership as well. And then we realize that in order for us to make it work, we're going to have to fix our everyday life. We have got things to fix up. We have to build things up from the ground. And maybe that's your self-worth. So it's time to stop overextending yourself for a grand ideal and start anchoring your self-respect in how you nurture your body and you manage your day-to-day schedule. Then Eurydice enters Virgo on Saturday, which occupies your 10th house. So remember, Eurydice represents the danger of looking back, letting anxiety, doubt, and second guessing destroy that recovery process. So after the heavy shifts earlier in this week, in the week, Saturday brings that massive temptation to look backward and micro-analyze your career, your public direction. You might find yourself obsessing over past professional errors, micromanaging how others perceive you, or replaying the midweek situations to find a logical mistake in your plans. So the message of Eurydice here is very clear. Don't look back. Don't overthink the professional or structural adjustments to death. Trust the path and keep moving forward. Now, we close the week on Sunday, June 21st, with the summer solstice. So the sun enters Cancer in your eighth house, the house of shared resources, deep investments, psychological transformation, psychological baggages, but makes a beautiful sextile to Chiron in your sixth house. So, after a week of kind of wrestling with big ideas and hard facts, the sun shifts the focus inwards towards true emotional depth, financial intimacy, shared support. So, the immediate sextile to Chiron is kind of like creating the bridge between your deep bonds and resources with your practical daily physical habits. So, imagine that you decide that you are ready to make transformations about your health. You are ready to transform the way you work, especially if you pass the Eurydice test on Saturday and you refuse to look back into that analytical shadow of your career, then you get the reward basically. So actually this could really talk to you about that you decide to rest, to streamline your schedule a little bit and anchor your value in things that bring genuine long-term stability to your life. So, have an inspiring, transformative week, Sagittarius rising, and I will see you in the next forecast. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button, or make a comment underneath the video, or share the video with others. Have a blessed one. Take care. Bye bye.